Everybody ready to hear how the shortest first date of my life has gone? So this is what I'm wearing. It's fall times, you know, cute boots, not too bad, whatever.
Looks okay to me. So far, so good.
This man, we meet outside. Tinder date, right? We meet outside, meet together. He looks at me up and down and goes, "This isn't gonna work."
Bruh.
Hey, that was cold, man.
I started laughing because I think he's joking. He does it again, turns on the spot, and fucking books it to his car. Okay? And I'm standing there just laughing because I think this is a joke. So I go into this brewery by myself and have a beer because this is the reality of my life currently. And he had blocked me by the time I tried to look him up after my first beer. So, how's your dating going?
It was kind of messed up, but it's not like she's never done this to anybody before.
A few moments later.
Say it with me now. If he wanted to, he would. If he wanted to, he would. If he wanted to, he would.
It's very simple. After chasing so many guys, it looks like she finally gets it.
I have what will probably be an unpopular opinion, but what isn't these days. I just entered the dating world for the first time in 12 years.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
And my God, is it a shit show. And I genuinely think it's because at this point, everybody's been screwed over and played. So they all just threw their hands up and decided to be fuckboys and hoes because it's easier and less risky. And you have dating apps and all that stuff now. So I think that everybody's doing it to protect themselves. I don't think anybody wants to live life that way. I think everybody would love to find love.
She made some good points, but she didn't mention the fact that a lot of those guys became F-boys because of what you ladies were doing. Let's be honest with ourselves. These are the kind of guys a lot of you want.
Want to know why girls prefer the bad boy over the good guy? Because the hero will sacrifice you to save the world, but the villain will sacrifice the world to save you.
But wait, there's more.
But I think that it's gone so far, and every nice girl's ran into a fuckboy who's turned him into a hoe, and every guy's ran into a hoe that turned him into a fuckboy, because everybody just hurts everybody, and it's so easy to play around these days that I don't think anybody thinks there's any good ones left.
She did mention women turning men into F-boys, so I'm going to give her a round of applause for that.
Or if they find one, they're so messed up they can't enjoy it, and they just mess it up or bail. And it's a sad world out here. It's a little depressing. And don't get me wrong, marriage was depressing too, but whew, it's rough out here. Way rougher than I thought it was gonna be. Get through it though.
It seems to me that somebody just got a reality check.
Way rougher than I thought it was gonna be.
Most of the times, this is what happens when you leave your marriage. Welcome to the Salami Buffet.
Yeah, hi. I'm here for the buffet. Really? I can't get anything more than just this? Sorry, this is all that's being offered to you.
All right, not sure who I can complain at. What woman seems to think that it's equal rights, the men and the women, we deserve equal rights. She's a bunch of bullshit. I'm sorry. Trying to do a yard all by yourself and oh my God, in the heat or whatever. I would be more than happy to cook, clean, do dishes, laundry, bring you ice, cold lemonade, sandwiches, and everything. Oh, this equal rights, no thank you. She can fuck herself. I want a man. I need a man. I would love to have a man to do this shit for me and let me take care of him like a woman is supposed to. Oh, this is a bunch of bullshit. Fucking mowing this huge ass yard.
What kind of husband do you want, Willie?
What do you think?
Rich?
I thought you knew me better than that. I would like a man who is educated, enterprising, and ambitious.
So you wouldn't mind if he was poor?
That kind of man is never poor.
I just had the worst date. Oh my God. After my divorce, I used to always joke that the next time I get married, it's going to be to a really rich man.
Most women want to be married to rich men, but some of them are just delusional.
Because, and I know people are going to be in my comments, not all men do it. Okay. But when they cheat and lie, when the man cheats and lies, I'll cry in a Range Rover instead of a Nissan Rogue. Okay. So this man is older. I'll be 27 at the end of the month and he's 41. Okay. So a little bit older.
Rich men got options, but I know exactly what she wants. She wants a rich guy who's going to provide for her and her kids. Basically an ATM machine. And this is why she doesn't want a regular guy.
This man is a surgeon. And I know you want to be like, okay, Devaney. Okay. No. He mentioned his salary more times than I took a bite of food. Okay. He makes $350K a year. Yeah.
Don't lead with your wallets, guys, especially if you want something long term. That's how you get used.
I choose being poor.
Not the cap.
I don't think she had a lot of choices. It was either going to be that or get impounded.
We talked about how handsome he is. And how fit and sexy his body is. That everyone thinks he's 25. Divorced, and he has 3 kids. 1 is his, 2 is our stepkids that he raised.
I was going to say that guy's too smart to be married again, but it looks like he's making a lot of bad decisions.
Then I found out the oldest daughter is 23. Maybe I went to school with her. Maybe she was on my cheer team. I don't know. He made a point to show me pictures and in person of his brand new Camaro and pictures of all of his collection of cars.
That guy's begging to be used.
I talk all the time. Like, I'm so annoying, and I know this. Self-awareness is key. But also, I literally didn't speak. I just sat there and just nodded my head the whole time because he wouldn't stop talking. I'm like, oh my God, this was my dream like a few years ago. I just felt so sad. I want to joke around and be goofy, and like, I want you to be my best friend.
It's not the man's job to be your best friend.
Too. It just makes me so sad. Yeah, I want you to be a good person. He's like, let's walk around the town center, because it was right by where I live, and just talk. And I was like, okay. All right. I'm trying to hold my hand, but I didn't want him to, so I literally put my hand in my pocket.
So it looks like she was turned on by his money, but his personality got her dried in the desert.
But wait, there's more.
He just sat there for another hour talking about his ex-wife and how awful she is and their divorce and everything. And it's not even just what he said. It's like how he said everything. Everything. Stand up from the table and I'm like, oh, I better go get my kids. Like, I gotta go get them. Like, I'm literally pulling the single mom card right now.
She's looking for a beta male provider, but that guy was so bad that she had to reject him.
He's like, I better follow you. After all, I did buy you lunch. I can buy my own lunch. I do not need your money, and I do not care for it. I don't care for it.
She doesn't need his money, yet she's looking for a rich man. And trust me, it was not a joke when she said it.
And then I see him pop a mint, and I'm like, no, you're not touching me. Nothing is happening. No. I walk to my car, I open my door, and I'm like, well, thanks for lunch. I had such a great time. Thank you again. He comes over, and I try to hug him, and he tries to kiss me, and I went, ugh! He's like, okay, I'll call you. And I was like, bye, please don't, bye.
A few moments later.
So now I'm gonna go home and eat this chimichanga. Alone with no fork. This was not worth it, but it helps.
That guy doesn't know his value.
Even a guy that's older and kind of deteriorating a little bit, what beauty can you find in that?
The fact that he has a lot of money.
What?
And he's very beautiful for that he can support my vision of life.
I think I messed up.
Bruh.
And yes, I have a pimple right here, but at least it's not a booger. And if you've seen my other videos, you'll get that joke. So I met somebody, and I actually had a really good first date with him. And I went on a second date yesterday, and it was great. So great that I went a little farther, or a lot farther than I intended it to go.
This was a good way to say, yeah, I give it up to the guy, but please, don't judge me. I'm not that kind of person.
And I enjoyed myself. I thought it was awesome. But it was the second date.
As bad as it is, it could have been a lot worse. I'm more surprised she didn't do it on first date.
And that's not normally the way that I operate.
Stop the cap.
And now I'm feeling kind of insecure about it. He's reached out, so it's not like he's ghosting me, but I can feel in myself that I'm kind of pulling away, because I'm like, no, I don't think he likes me anymore because he thinks I'm like some sort of a slut or something, which I'm not. And that word is horrible, and I don't think that we should call each other or ourselves that, but
she was married, and now she's looking for a new man who's probably gonna ghost her. I don't know what happened, but I know she was a wife at some point.
I don't know. I mean, I don't even really know what I'm saying on this video. I'm just saying that, like, I know this happens. I know that I'm not the only one that has done this, and I also know that I'm not the only one that feels this way. And I'm not exactly sure what to do about it. So do I just sit back and wait and see what happens, and if he like pursues me, or am I putting the energy out there that I'm not interested because I'm feeling insecure and I'm pulling away myself, and maybe he's reading that as like a lack of interest?
She's so dramatic. There's nothing you can do about this.
So, or do I just talk to him about it? I think I should talk to him about it, don't you think?
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Like, what if I just said, hey, I'm feeling super insecure about, the other day because I really enjoyed myself, and now I feel like, you're not going to respect me, or that things are going to be weird from here on out, and just like lay it on the table and see what he says.
She's desperate, and the guy knows it. That's not going to turn him on. You give it up to him easily. That's your fault.
But on the other hand, like, that's a really honest conversation. And like, a lot of people aren't able to have those. And I like him, so I don't want to scare him away, but that's really what I want to do. I really just want to tell him how I feel and be honest. But is that the right thing to do? Is there a right thing? I don't think there's a right thing. This is what I think I messed up.
Bruh.
What did I do?
If a guy wants to be with you, he's going to be with you. If he doesn't, then he's not going to be with you. What is so hard to understand?
But wait, there's more.
Another edition of Disaster Dates by the Divorcee. So I made a video about how things went too far on a second date with a guy, right? And I was talking about how I felt insecure about it, that maybe he wasn't going to respect me. So I wanted to give you an update as to what happened. So a lot of you told me to talk to him, tell him I was feeling vulnerable, insecure, blah, blah, blah. But I felt that, this was my shit. This wasn't his shit. So I kind of sat in it for a while, and I was like, you do not need to be feeling insecure. So I basically gave myself a pep talk in the mirror. And I was like, you just need to freaking don't be weird.
It is the way to go, but it takes more than just that. There are just too many red flags.
So I stopped being weird, and I just was really open. I texted him. I asked him how his day was. It was his birthday, so I wished him happy birthday. He's like, I got to go to work.
What?
I'm like, okay. And then I texted him again, and he never responded. So here's the thing. Does this happen? Yes.
He ghosted you for a reason.
Do I have any regret over it? Absolutely not. Because I would rather know what somebody's intentions are on the second date than to freaking wait like 10 weeks before I find out that really they only want one thing. So high five to me.
We did not both want the divorce. I know it seems like it was probably that way now because we are 3.5 years later, and I do have so much content of Derek and I getting along so well, but we did not both want it. I am the one who wanted it. He did not.